one.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's your man, D-Real, the Black Panther stalking the urban jungle and vibranium Adidas, bringing you another podcast of Be Real with D-Real. What's up, what's up, what's up? Today is December 5th, 2020, and we have not turned into zombies yet. So, silver lining, I'm trying to be positive.
I'm sorry.
Well, hi there.
Sad, I know. I'm here. What's up, D?
What's happening, Prof? I just started the show, so your timing is actually flawless, sir.
Nice.
Was just saying 2020 is we're not zombies yet, so it is not 100% negative, and it's almost over. So just inhale. Hey, got mine too. Got mine too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's get into this, man.
Yes, sir.
Just in case, Marilla, y'all don't know, my man Prof Teasy here. You've seen him. He used to be in he still is in a group called Low Key.
Mm-hmm.
And if you was alive in the 90s, you was bumping it.
Yeah.
You could act like you wasn't, but you was.
Nice. I didn't get to shave either. So what's up, y'all?
Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Okay, but Prof ain't on this podcast this afternoon because of his singing and his musical stuff, but because he is a, like myself, dyed-in-the-wool movie buff.
Yes.
He loves and thoroughly enjoys movies and information that surrounds movies. So this show should be right up my man's alley.
Damn.
Unless you've been under a rock, August 28th of this year, we lost Chadwick Boseman, an amazing and prolific actor who has been amazing in everything he's done. I mean, you can't say enough about him. Marvel even changed their Marvel montage to honor him, much like they did Stan Lee in Endgame, when they had, instead of having different Marvel superheroes, all you got is Chadwick Boseman images and pictures and scenes and stuff. So the next Marvel movie that comes out, when you see the Marvel montage come through, it'll be all Chadwick Boseman. And he's also going to receive a posthumous honor at the MTV Movie Awards. But what I want to get at is this. I went to the official Marvel movie site. Right. Okay. And on the Marvel movie site, there is literally a post about rumors. Okay. And there are some rumors that have been confirmed, and then there are other ones that are just kind of sitting there. Okay. And one of the rumors that has not been confirmed is, it says T'Challa will not appear and be written out of respect for Chadwick Boseman's death. On the official Marvel movie site, that has not been confirmed. So now, if allow me to go a little further, if you YouTube much, you know that there are a multitude of pages and sites out there, Pagey, Cosmic Wonder, Screen Rant, Everything Always, and they all have a following of over 200,000 people. And they are all putting out either some of these rumors or some we haven't even heard of. And it's like, okay, what would be the problem with recasting the role of T'Challa for Black Panther? Prof.
Ooh. Of course, the obvious thing is that it's just the shoes are too big to fill. So what you do is you have to approach it creatively. Now, my opinion is wait. Just wait. Give it some time. It'll be a moment at some point in which we'll be fine with another person. But right now, the wound is too fresh. and his impact. I mean, it's interesting that out of all of the Marvel characters, his film was the biggest. Endgame was clearly, I mean, you know, it almost felt like Endgame was like, okay, we got to beat Black Panther. What else can we do? I mean, they were released like 2-3 days early. I mean, they did everything they could to make sure that they would live up to Black Panther. They were concerned. I believe they were concerned because it's interesting. Nobody expected that film to do what it did. So he left such an indelible mark because to me, out of all the Marvel flicks, now, what is your favorite? Let me ask you this. What is your favorite Marvel film? It's Black Panther.
You're putting me on the spot, sir. Yes, of course. That's a no-brainer.
And a lot of it has to do not only with the whole affinity to Black Panther in the Marvel universe, but the fact that out of all the Marvel films, it was the one treated the most like a real solid film. I'm for lack of better words, it had more depth, it had more girth. It touched every. I mean, it was amazing. It was beautiful, technology wise, amazing, and just everything was great. And then on top of that, an amazing performance by a really good cast of people. So it stands out in the Marvel universe. So that means it's not going to be easy to throw a dude in a suit and say, okay, you Black Panther, because the criticism will be significant. People will be like, okay, what you about to do? So you got to be very careful with how you approach this. Probably take the time, give it a few years, let's get used to the idea that he's gone. And then maybe start looking into it. And then after that, I don't really know who it is.
Okay, I have some thoughts on that. But what I was going to say was, okay, originally, the movie slated for release in 2022. So if you're going to release a movie in 2022,
yeah, work on it now.
You're gonna have to start shooting it maybe like next month, or at least I know.
Pre-production is all. In that case, they've already started pre-production. Yeah, so I don't know if Ryan Coogler had a story. Do you know if Coogler had a story?
If he did, he didn't release that. He didn't make it public. But I know what was the most popular rumor, wink, wink, was that Prince Namor was going to be introduced as the villain because in comic Kanan, Atlantis and Wakanda have friction. Yeah.
Right. So, that's right.
So they were going to make Namor the villain of the next Black Panther movie, which, would have played out pretty good, I think. But now because of, Chadwick's death, they're talking about, okay, we've got to incorporate another component of comic book canon. And there was a time when T'Challa was kind of, down for a while, and Shuri had to take over as the Black Panther. Now, the thing about that, I have absolutely no problem with. Okay. Shuri got to run in the comics and she got to be the Black Panther. She got to fight Namor. She got to fight Dr. Doom. She kind of staked her little claim there. But we always knew that was temporary. But MCU, a lot of times Kevin Feige don't care. I'm just gonna take it and bastardize it and make it into this universe that I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Black Widow's dead over here. Y'all just got to deal with it. Right. And so I'm thinking that'll work, but I don't think, because everybody we're pro girl power, we're pro, women having a role and a voice and a say, and that fits right into the scheme of things.
Right.
But I don't feel like she should replace T'Challa. She can stand in for him, but she should not replace him because, and as harsh as this sounds, Chadwick Boseman passed. T'Challa didn't pass. I mean, and the argument I always present, there have been 7 or 8 James Bonds. There have been 7 or 8 Supermen. There have been 7 or 8 Batmen. And as a matter of fact, one of those Supermen did die. He did pass away. He was very beloved, Christopher Reeve. In a lot of our minds, he still is the Superman. When I say Superman, Christopher Reeve pops in your head, or most people's heads. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Henry Cavill to a certain degree, but come on, dude.
It's Reeve.
Christopher Reeve is Superman. Okay. Yeah. We didn't say I ain't never gonna make another Superman movie again, and we can't cast nobody else never ever again as Superman. Superman's bigger than Christopher Reeve. Superman's bigger than our emotions. And much in the same way, Black Panther's bigger than our feelings. Black Panther is bigger than how we individually feel about him, because collectively, that's how he came into our view, collectively. So he went out to Chadwick Boseman went out collectively, but it's like, okay, yo, we got to press on, man. It's still a character called Black Panther, because usually what happens in comic books is, in order to stay relevant or popular, comic books emulate movie trends. Okay, in 2000, when the X-Men movie came out and X-Men stepped onto the screen in all black leather, a few scant months later, guess what happened? We had black and gold outfits that the X-Men were wearing in the comic books that look very much like those costumes that they wore in the movies. And my fear is we're going to kill T'Challa off in the movies, and then they're going to kill him off in the comics, and Shuri is going to become the Black Panther, which will be real difficult to do, because in comic book canon, Shuri has ascended to this godlike being. Like, she's got these bird powers where, you know, she could turn into like a flock of predatory birds, and she's got these Orisha type powers. So in a way,
I'm not familiar.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh, gotcha.
We need to start reading the Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther. He's done a lot of good, a lot of you know, because he, like I was telling you, he introduced the concept of civil war to Wakanda, and now there's infighting in Wakanda. You got factions in Wakanda that are warring against each other. Shuri is the leader of a faction that's opposed to the rule of T'Challa, her brother.
Nice.
You know, nice. And so I
almost bought it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so they're at odds with each other. Then there's another storyline going on where they have the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, where they go out to this galaxy and they're like, we taking this shit over, you know, and they do that. And at the same time, Killmonger finally gets to be on the throne.
Right.
And T'Challa is stripped of his royalty and made a slave, and he's got to fight his way back from being a slave to being the king again, all in the middle of this intergalactic. It's deep. But
go Takashi.
You're telling me we ain't never gonna see none of that again?
Right. Well, so how did he work with Coogler in the writing of the script?
Ta-Nehisi Coates?
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler has he's drawn to make that one movie. He drew from the work of Christopher Priest, mostly. He's another black artist. He's the one that in the late 90s made T'Challa cool again.
Okay.
Introduced the concept of the bulletproof suit and kinetic energy and being able to run up walls, that kind of thing. So a lot of Christopher Priest's work is incorporated into the movie. Reginald Hudlin, you know, who we know, really? You know, did
did he write or produce? He wrote
Reginald Hudlin wrote the second volume of Black Panther. About the first 35, 40 issues was Reginald Hudlin, and his first storyline.
No idea.
Yes, and his first storyline was who is the Black Panther, and that's when he reintroduced how that ritual to see who would become king came about. And in the comic, it was way more gangster than it was in the movies. Anybody who thinks they're bad enough to whoop T'Challa can step into the ring and square off with him. And if you can beat him, then, and you can hold that, it's basically a king of the mountain type thing. So in the comics, T'Challa's knocking cats out left and right, you know, because they're coming in one at a time. And it's like, okay, let's get this over with. Everybody who wants a shot, come on.
Come on.
And at the
you
same
think you
time,
can do this better, come at me.
Yeah. And at the same time, Shuri wanted to get in.
Oh.
And there were literally so many people rushing up to the ring to fight T'Challa that they just stepped on her and mushed her and moved her out of the way. And she never got a chance to get in there because Big Cass got knocked out and they were all laying on top of her and stuff. So she never got her day in the sun, at least not that day.
I didn't know about all this. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Hudlin, I guess for people who don't know, I guess Reginald Hudlin is director and writer of House Party, him and his brother.
Yes, Warrington Hudlin. Yeah,
that's deep, man. He wrote that.
The first there was Christopher Priest in I think it was 98, and his run.
Oh, okay, you're saying from his world, Hudlin.
His run
drew from that.
Went, he did an issue. He did a run on Black Panther. He did about I think 50 or 60 issues.
Right.
And then that volume was done. And then a couple of years later, in 2002, they reintroduced. It's okay, here's another ongoing Black Panther series. And Reginald Hudlin was the writer on that series. And that series ran for about a good 50, 60 issues. Then that one was done. And then in the mid 2010s, something like that, Ta-Nehisi Coates took over.
Ah, okay.
So that Ryan Coogler drew from all three of theirs, as well as Dwayne McGregor.
You were well versed, brother.
Well, you know his work because you've watched Justice League.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
The animated.
Yeah, animated Justice League is pretty dope. So he did
Dwayne McGregor and Dwayne McDuffie, two brothers. Yeah. So he drew from all of that.
Wow.
To make the Black Panther movie. So he was Ryan Coogler was very respectful of everybody's work, and I don't even have to mention Jack Kirby.
Oh well. Yeah.
So
man, that's the legend, the myth, the legend, the man.
He
the only issue I have with Stan Lee.
Yeah, he touched everybody's version of Black Panther. Everybody's version of Black Panther was respectfully represented in that movie. And cool. And for purists like myself, you know, it's okay, you were very respectful of the character.
I gotta give it to Coogler, man. Coogler, he's amazing director, yo. Y'all need to get hip. But that's the guy right there. He gonna save us.
But now, this is what I wanted to throw out.
But I wanted to go to your point about what you were saying about the Christopher Reeve and death and moving on.
Yes.
It's different, though. This is different.
But now let me submit.
This is different.
I understand, but what I say to everybody, take the emotional component out of it.
Even the fans pay to go see it.
Because for Disney and Marvel, it's about that there.
But it's the fans. The fans will be the first to say, how dare you? I'm telling you, you have to be careful with this. You have to be. I'm not saying that you have to get rid of him. But here's what you could do. Maybe Siri could be the temporary Panther, maybe for the next one. And then maybe she's looking for the next Panther. But I think you I don't know how you don't acknowledge his death. It's going to be interesting. I mean, they could probably find a way in the comics because you have, in the movies, you have mentions.
From rumor, I think it was Screen Rant, they're saying that the way that's going to go down, because they still have footage that Chadwick Boseman shot from Black Panther that wasn't included in the movie, and they plan to use that. And the way they're going to twist the story and turn it in another direction is T'Challa's not dead, but he's trapped on the ancestral plane.
There you go. That's the kind of stuff I'm with. Like he's not gone, but he's just
and he can't get back from the ancestral plane.
That's dope.
And so we're gonna run this movie with Shuri, and then the third one in the series, y'all just gonna have to deal with a new Black Panther, because when he comes back from the ancestral plane, he's not going to look
the same.
Yes. And then that's how they're going to explain why, which to me makes the most sense.
Now you got
it. Makes the most sense. It's the most plausible. And so that would be 2025.
Nice. People will be good. And then everybody will look at it and be like, and in the movie, you could do this. People like, you don't look like T'Challa no more. I know. This is my body now. You know, that's what I'm saying. That, to acknowledge that, changes everything and lets people, I'm telling you, emotions, I know you say emotions, you don't really, live on those or weigh on them, but they do factor in terms of movie making and affecting people. And if you do that, people will kind of relax. They'll say, they'll accept the idea and then allow the movie to be what it is. Because if they don't accept the idea of a new Panther, it'll distract them the whole time. They'll be looking at a movie like this. Well, that ain't what Chadwick would have did. He don't look like Chadwick. They be judging it. But when you give them something to say, okay, I could roll with that. I could roll with that. I like the new Panther.
And in what you're looking for. And in 2025, the guy I'm hoping that I'm looking for to be the new T'Challa.
All right.
Aldous Hodge.
Who?
Aldous Hodge. Aldous Hodge. I'll make it real easy for you. Aldous Hodge played MC Ren on Straight Outta Compton. Aldous Hodge played in The Invisible Man. Aldous Hodge was in Hidden Figures. Aldous Hodge has an impressive television resume.
You don't have to sell me anymore. I'm trying to think of a movie I just saw him in. I just pulled him up. I just seen his face. You're absolutely right.
Man,
but you know what he's about to be, though? Black Adam.
Aldous Hodge is?
Yep. So that's
okay. That's not a big deal. Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern and Deadpool.
Yeah, but hopefully Black Adam doesn't catch on, because what happened, that Green Lantern was so bad that everybody was fine with being great. And then Deadpool was so good, it really worked. I'm trying to think of a movie I just saw this cat in, Aldous Hodge. Yeah. He's good. You were the first person to come up with somebody that I was like, okay. Because you know why? A good part of it too is he's got to be somebody that's not a cultural icon. You can't go with people that we're already too identified with. It has to be new, but not too new. Because if he's too new, you have to be really, really good. So at least if you get an experienced actor who's kind of under the radar in terms of the mainstream, there you go.
Right.
You think it? I like it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Absolutely. Okay. So we can replace Chadwick Boseman. We just shouldn't do it next year.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
The critic, this is the cancel culture, baby. They can't wait to find something wrong with what you're doing. So you gotta be really, and this thing is too precious too for us. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm taking it to another level. For us, it's got to be done right. I totally get the way. I'm sorry, I can't think of the actress's name who plays Shuri, but her whole thing was
Letitia Wright.
Yes, right. She's like, I don't even want to talk about it. That's how we should be looking at it right now. Like, let's not even deal with it right now. Let's let this. And look, we live also in a short attention span society. So just give it a year and a half, and we'll be a little more. Fine.
And that's what I'm
in the middle of COVID. We got time.
Yeah. The focus.
Now, we just want to see it. I just want to see what's it gonna look like. We gotta let go. Chad was gone. Man, Chad was.
Yeah. Chadwick's gone. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean,
it's
and
heavy
it's
on
just
many levels.
It's just I can't even see. I mean, how did those saying go? I could never surpass you. I can only succeed you.
Oof.
Okay. And that's with that role, that's nobody is ever going to surpass him in that role. To me, Chadwick Boseman is the Sean Connery James Bond of Black Panther. Okay, right. You can say what you want to say, but Sean Connery will always be James Bond in most people's eyes.
Well, I don't know, man. Roger Moore. I grew up with Roger Moore. But I grew up with him. I didn't. He became.
I'm not that much older than you.
He became campy later. He became campy later. His early stuff like Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die is 72, man. This is not, I'm talking about early. He was the bomb. Now, Sean is just such a great, amazing actor that he could do anything and he wasn't pigeonholed to 007, whereas Roger Moore was. So in my generation, I'm sorry, we are close in age. My generation, Roger Moore is kind of closer to it. I'm telling you, Chadwick is an even deeper level of pop cultural icon connection to a character.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been Jackie Robinson, James Brown, and Thurgood Marshall. So it's like, okay, he only fucks with iconic. You know what I'm saying? He only plays iconic characters.
Let's just say that this is an anomaly. This is a special situation, and that's why we got kind of treated with kid gloves to some degree.
Yeah, I'm not saying
it's here, Daryl. It's right here with you, baby. You want to make sure they do it right. They don't want to fuck it up for money. Just for it's got to be art. Art has to matter in this project.
Yes, I mean the same love and care that it got put out with is the same kind of love and care you got to do that recast and reintroduction. Just like I said, I mean, if they do it like they said they're going to do it and leave him on the ancestral plane and then bring another, that will be much easier pill to swallow versus just saying, oh, this cat over here is T'Challa now.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it's like, well, there goes your $1 billion franchise.
There you go, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, it has to be handled.
It
has to be handled respectfully.
It does, baby.
Very respectfully.
This one was special, man. This means so much on so many levels, man. Black Panther. I did not imagine it to be what it was. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all. What are your thoughts about bringing Michael B. Jordan back, which I don't think is going to happen, but what are your thoughts about that?
So Killmonger's role, I mean, of course they kind of had to. Now that they did take some liberties with, right? Because
very much so.
Right. So
he's actually a hell of a lot more bigger.
Oh my gosh!
Than what Michael. We talk about in the comics a cat who tackled an elephant.
Yeah, see that's what
you gotta be. You gotta be pretty gangster to tackle an elephant. Okay,
right. And he was not American in any way, right?
Well, he's Wakandan, but he was just like in the movie. He was raised in the United States.
Oh, okay. Why did I miss that?
Yeah, because he was exiled. His family was exiled when he was a child. And he was raised in the United States, and he came back to take revenge and take the throne and all that stuff because he felt like they did his family dirty, just like in the movie.
Right. Okay. So they did stick with that. Okay.
Yeah, for the most. And that's why I say they were very respectful of everyone's material because Hudlin spins that story different than Priest spins that story and the original source material from Dwayne McDuffie.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, what's her name? God, I can't think. Nakia, Lupita's character.
Oh yes, love.
She in comic canon becomes a villain.
Really? She's
yes.
dedicated to.
She becomes a villain.
So what is it that T'Challa does against everybody against him? I don't.
He takes up. He takes up with a nightclub singer from Washington, D.C., goes down to Georgia, meets her parents, fights the Ku Klux Klan, brings her back to Wakanda, and everybody's like, mm-mm. And Nakia's character becomes a villain called Malice. How appropriate.
What?
You spurned me, so now I'm going to kill you and your American girlfriend.
Okay, so this, okay, who? Okay, this is the 70s,
Dwayne,
the 80s.
Dwayne McDuffie. 70s.
Okay, so that, okay, so for a 90s idea, I could understand that. I'm glad they don't go into that.
That would be ratchet if they
tried. That's kind of,
and that would make T'Challa look less than honorable.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
I understand it's good to be the king, but sometimes it's wrong to be the king.
Right. You fall in love with who? Toni Braxton? I know she's from that area. I mean,
well, her name, the character's name is Monica Lynn. And when the guy drew her, she looks very much like a young Lynn Whitfield.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very much so.
Like Lynn. Hey man, Lynn is in what is it, Greenleaf?
Yes.
You still look good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, it don't crack. It don't crack.
Not at all.
Man,
no, that's deep, man. I had no idea that those dynamics. So you look there. I'm kind of on the outskirts of the comic thing. I mean, in terms of all the stories, particularly with Black Panther, I bought some of his issues. I had a lot of Luke Cage too, but I didn't really get in depth. I was a huge Teen Titans fan.
I like Teen Titans. I actually have the first issue.
I do too. Well, I don't have any more. I used to. I bought the first, dude. That's how old
you're mad.
I bought the first issue.
I bet you're mad. Out. Ask me how much that comic book is worth now.
Oh shit. Gotta be.
You know what? I'm not gonna say it on air. Matter of fact, here. I'll put it in the chat.
That is hilarious.
Oh goodness. He gonna be like,
I'm sure it's worth a lot, dude. I had like 1 through 20 and no more. What? Wow.
Yeah. In
hang on to that then.
In near mint condition.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you can. That's the only way,
And hang on a sec.
Unless it's just so rare, nobody can find it. The condition.
Like this.
Okay.
Slabbed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You got it even boxed. Oh, you got Black. Now, it's another one I was in love with too, man. Black Lightning, dude. That's why the TV show, I didn't really. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Michael B. Jordan can't be attached to the Black Panther project because he is currently producing a Static Shock movie.
Wow, really? So he can't be attached to it because of that? But
because he's working.
Right.
Working.
Well, man, that's deep. Really? They're doing a lot of abstract. That's cool.
And I think Static Shock will have a similar effect as Black Panther did, because I know a lot of people that love Static.
Static Shock is dope. So I think that is, wow, that's really, I'm happy for him, man. And plus, I don't know if necessarily Killmonger, they killed him off.
Well, how many times have we seen somebody die in the Marvel universe?
Yeah, I know. You can
only to come back later. Loki's got a whole show.
I know. And he's died like 3 times.
So
how many times has Loki died?
At least 3. At least 3. So
yeah, he's got a whole show. I'm actually kind of curious to see it. It looks kind of interesting.
Yeah,
that
and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Huh?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No, dude.
Oh, for real?
Nah.
Oh, prof.
No,
okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
Is this a movie? Is it gonna be a movie?
No, it's a series on Disney.
Oh, that's even better. Hold on. So
you didn't know?
Is it Mackie and old boy? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
See, Marvel, I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Marvel can just go ham right now. Like, I know they doing what's the Vision with Scarlet Witch?
WandaVision.
Right. They need to they could go ham with the series. I'm telling you, TV series is where it's at, man. Then you can get into the depth of the comic books. You can really go there.
WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Dope.
Loki.
Yeah, that was dope.
She-Hulk. Moon Knight.
No stuff. They finally doing Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
The Marvel Batman.
They're getting they're
that's
all
dope.
They're all getting series on Disney.
That's what they should, man. I'm glad they finally, because I'm sorry, I actually got the Disney thing for like a month. I was like, I already seen most of this stuff. And what you got new?
And I forgot, they're going to have a What If animated series.
That's real.
And
it's time to do that. Story, like, what about like Charles died? I have the Charles X thing where he dies.
The first story is what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum? she becomes
the smartest Wonder Woman ever.
She becomes Captain Britain, and Steve Rogers becomes Iron Man.
Really?
He wears Howard Stark ends up making that Mark I Iron Man armor.
That's dope.
And Steve Rogers pilots the Mark I Iron Man armor.
That's dope.
So that's the first one.
No, it's some great what ifs out there too. It's some
also they're original though. These ones are original. They've got one.
Clearly, that's original, right?
They're based on they're based on the MCU. One is another one is what if T'Challa became Star-Lord?
Really? No, I don't know all the what ifs. I do remember the comic series of what if.
Right.
I don't remember the stories.
Well, I would assume the premise is based on the same premise as Peter Quill. Instead of the Ravagers coming and taking him, they landed in Wakanda.
Yeah, right.
They took T'Challa.
So mama hooked up. T'Challa's mama hooked up. I don't know how you.
Or he's already born. He's already born.
But he had to be born with an alien, right?
But no, he's human.
But he's half human.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Somebody had to sleep with the mama.
Details. I don't know. I don't know the details, but at some point he becomes Star-Lord.
Okay. I will go with that, yo.
They've got a lot of good ones lined up. So I'm looking forward, great. And didn't they give up and say, all right, y'all can see Mulan for free?
Yeah, they did.
It's like you can't charge us. We don't want to watch that.
Right. Hold up. Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'll watch it now that it's free.
Right. Right. Yeah, me too, dog. I'll probably get on it too, yo. I'm like, okay.
Because I've heard it's basically just a martial arts movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what the trailer says. It looks like
you ain't singing, and you ain't got no Mushu.
Right. No Mushu.
So it's like y'all took the stuff that was worth seeing. The rest of it is just cookie cutter. You know, so I guess
Oh,
I'll watch.
God.
I'll sit through it. I'll
Yeah,
enjoy
now
it.
it's free. I'm all the way in. But dude,
Yeah.
that is I'm happy for Marvel. I'm glad they're looking at these stories, and I mean, there's a lot of characters they can delve into and do series on. I mean, do you watch The Boys?
I own the comics, but yeah, I watched it.
Oh, okay. So why you
And let me
don't seem to be that engaged?
let me
And
just
I
say
love The Boys. I
the
love.
thing about it, if you can actually believe this, um, they had to tone the series down.
Oh yeah, they did.
That scene in
With
where when
the
what's her
origin,
name Starlight, when she first joins the Seven,
right?
it wasn't just the D.
Yeah, it wasn't just it was three
It was
dudes.
yeah. And I'm like, wow, okay. That scene looks a lot more tame on TV. You know, so
They did. They were
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like the scene, I don't know. Like, see, I've only delved into the comic in the last year and a half, so I'm just
Oh,
now hip. I'm
oh,
just
okay.
now hip.
Yeah.
So
Stormfront's a dude in the
yeah,
comic.
right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, this thing, dude. I'm just amazed. I love the anti-hero concept. It's just I don't know, man. It's really some really good writing. Like, okay, so the time when Homelander and Stormfront are together in the alley, you remember that?
Yeah.
And the head squishes against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
to me straight out of the comic, right?
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But they did tame it down. But I just appreciate a different take on the whole comic world. I mean, I love the
Okay.
comic world for what it is, but The Boys
Oh,
is
then keep your eyes open for the animated series Invincible.
and that's what you said. I'm in. I don't know anything about it. I'm gonna be like this and just say Daryl said this was dope, and I believe it.
Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, and you said Robert Kirkman, so I'm already convinced that's Walking Dead. So
Yep.
I'm in already. I'm just not gonna research it. I'm waiting. When does it come out?
I think it comes out next month.
Really? Oh no, what
I
format?
think so. I think it's Amazon.
Oh, they gonna go there. Yes.
Yeah, and basically Invincible is an animated version of The Boys.
I love it. I'm in.
So that's what you're looking at. Those kind of fights.
I'm in.
That kind of yeah. If that's the kind of world it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is because look, pop culture puts a lot on the superhero. Like the superhero is this, this myth of that goes back to the mythology, Greek mythology, and all that stuff. But we never challenged who they are as people I mean, I guess I will give Marvel some credit. It seems like DC, to me, I know you're a DC guy, right? More than a Marvel guy. You're not? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were DC more than Marvel. Okay.
Anyway. I now make mine Marvel, buddy.
Got you. Okay. So I always thought that Marvel delved a little more into the complexities of humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what this does, The Boys, is like takes it to the next level. And I love the fact, because I know we tend to put the heroes on such a pedestal. It's great to kind of look at them in a more complex manner, I guess.
And see that they are flawed as well.
Absolutely. Because Superman, of course, is the epitome, the perfect. He's the Boy Scout. He's almost like Jesus.
For the most part, yes.
It's like Jesus.
Even has L in his name.
Nice. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, man.
He was sent by his father, and his name is L.
Wow. Yeah. So clearly, the writer of Superman,
the writer of Superman was a Jewish guy.
Oh, that's right.
Let's make fun of Christianity.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely, yes. Siegel and Schuster.
That's right. That's right. I know that story. Wow.
Yeah.
Strange,
Well,
brother. Strange.
You know what? I would love to keep going, but the Black Panther said we gotta stop.
Black Panther, T'Challa, King T'Challa,
King
Chadwick
T'Challa
Boseman.
says stop. So, I gotta stop because he said stop. And then I don't want to go. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today and chopping it up with all things nerd like.
That's right.
It ain't a whole lot of people who can hold their own.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you, sir.
And you did so admirably, sir. You did so admirably.
I tried, brother. I tried.
Yeah, you did more than try. You did more than try. You succeeded swimmingly.
I appreciate it, brother. Okay. Thank you for having me, D. Anytime I can make it work, I'm in.
Okay. I
love the format. I love what you're doing, baby. I love what you're doing.
If it's something I think is in your wheelhouse, I hit you up. Matter of fact, next time I do something with Deion Taylor,
okay,
I would very much like to have you in on that, man, because our homie Sean Edwards, he introduced me to that universe. Nice. And now I'm kind of, I got some footprints there, and people have been hitting me back up about things. So I definitely will be looking at trying to get at him in the future, because he just shot me some emails Wednesday. So
beautiful.
Keep me on your radar, sir. No I might come looking for you.
I'm here, baby. Let's do it.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. You stay up, bro.
Right on, yo. All right. Good, dude. Right on.
Good job. All right. That was my man, Prof T. And this has been Be Real with D Real for December 5th, 2020. Hang on. Just keep the faith. 2020 is almost over, and we're still breathing okay. I'll be back next week with another interesting podcast. And until then, y'all be good to each other. Peace.